Welcome back, Frags of Beer family, to a special indie spotlight. We're going to do a twofer tonight because last night I went and bought a truck, which we needed, just kind of spur of the moment. Didn't expect to go get it last night. We've been eyeing one, and we pulled the trigger, made the decision last night, and so that's what happened. So that's why you didn't have an indie spotlight last night. So tonight, two. Double feature Indie Spotlight. I'm your host, Zaymot, also known as Trevor on social media. You can find links to all of my content in the video description below, including the ways to find me on social media. Best way to support the channel is subscribe to the channel. Click that red button. More and more of you are subscribing. I really appreciate it. We're getting close to 250. We're getting there toward 300, where I can start giving away books on the road to 1,000. Get me to 1,000 this year. That's the goal. Road to 1,000 this year. So if you're watching, if you watch past streams, whatever it is, click that red button. There's other ways to support me. Check out the links in the video description below, and there are more ways coming soon. There will be changes to certain avenues to help support the channel, which will always reward you more than it rewards me in many cases, because you're going to get free stories, free books, updates. You're going to get better content on the channel, which hopefully you guys appreciate that. But that's the big thing. Help support the channel, help get us there to 1,000, and I will keep bringing you good and better content. All right, so tonight, first part of our double feature, we're going to take a look at The Lonely Ones, formerly Bobaflex, so don't get confused. The band used to be called Bobaflex. A member left the band. They changed their name to The Lonely Ones. The lead singer's brother actually left the band, so I can kind of understand the connotation of the name. He left the band because he wanted to spend time with his family. They've been on the road. This band has been around for a long time, and you're going to see in their skill, in their style, in the way that they play, these guys have been doing this for a while, and they're very good at what they do, but one of their members wanted to spend more time with his family. It's an admirable thing, and the rest of the band carried on, so they changed their name. So we're going to take a look at all the way back on their channel 9 years ago, Bury Me With My Guns On. It's actually one of my favorite Bobaflex songs. It's a very great sort of classic hard rock feel to it. Very, very good, sort of not quite heavy metal, but kind of in that, I guess you would say, transition between heavy metal and hard rock. You know, it's kind of in that middle there. It's really, really good. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So without further ado, if you're watching the live stream, say hi, let me know. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Click that red button. Just a few more of you. We got a special episode coming up after this, after a few minute break, and I will announce that over on Twitter and Facebook. Which reminds me, notifications on YouTube suck. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook. I always post a few minutes before I go live if you want better notifications than YouTube. So here we go. Bury Me With My Guns On by The Lonely Ones, formerly Bobaflex. Cheers.
Stop the suffering, you gotta stop the screaming. But now your reign is over, and it's all up to me. I'm gonna show you why.
Yeah, I have that hat. Not quite, but I have a hat, just like the guitarist. So these guys are a little bit different members in the band. The two brothers are still in there, and the drummer is the same. But the lineup of the band has changed a little bit. And even so, you could tell their style over the years has pretty much stayed the same. That very just good, solid, hard rock sound. A lot of what you would call, I guess, arena anthem sounding songs. This one has got that good harmony at the beginning. Really wants to get you pumped up, ready for the song. And it's got, I just love this song. It's got such a great catchy beat to it, and the lyrics are good. So here we go. Great one.
Bury me with my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show him what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes. Hey, the pearly gates are broken, and it's the strangest thing. The angels could have warned you, but no one said a thing.
That may be a little foreshadowing the angels of our next episode. We'll see.
But no one said a thing. The shot was quick and painless, and it changed everything. It's time to choose our backing. Bury me with my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show him what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes. The castle's falling down beneath the deep blue sea. They've seen my face before, they remember me. I've screamed the words aloud, our souls are finally free. It's time to open up our eyes.
So this band, I've seen them live once. I want to see them live again. Hopefully they'll come close. I know they're coming to Illinois this year, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up to see them this fall. They sound this good live. Like this recording, their balance of instruments, their balance of vocals with the instruments, where you can hear the lead singer, you can actually hear the backup, you can hear what he's saying. Not a lot of bands, especially rock bands and indie rock bands, not a lot of them do that. Usually, I don't want to say usually, but there are many times where I've been to especially indie or local rock shows, and they're just presenting you with a wall of noise. And the bad thing about that is if you aren't familiar with the band or their catalog, you've never listened to their songs, you won't know the lyrics, so you won't know what's supposed to be there. And if you've ever listened to a band live where you don't know the lyrics, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just noise with somebody's voice making more noise over the top of it. And the one thing that I really like about this band when I did hear them live is they are this good live. It's just a very good quality, solid sound. You can hear everything going on, and these guys' skill is there. The fact that they have remained sort of a local independent, like they still tour, but they are not signed to any major headlining record. They haven't headlined any major concerts that I know of anyway. They play a lot of local shows, a lot of small shows, which they may like that. Like that may be what they're shooting for too, but their skill belies the fact that they've been so, I guess, independent and unnoticed for so long. So this is one of the reasons I really love this band. There's that nice transition. You won't see that much at big rock shows, and this may be one of the reasons this band likes to do what they do, because that kind of fan interaction right there that you're seeing right there would never be allowed at, like, you would never see James Hetfield. Maybe I've never seen James Hetfield get off the stage and go up to the barrier. You know, some guys do that, some guys don't do that, but you're not going to see James Hetfield crowd surfing. It's just not going to happen. So that kind of fan interaction at these, that's why one of the reasons I like smaller shows. I love my big shows. I've seen Metallica like 4 times and had a blast every time. I've been to a lot of big shows like that, but I also really enjoy these smaller sort of intimate rock shows where the fan interaction is a lot closer and a lot more memorable, I guess you can say. You're going to remember a show like this a whole lot more than you're going to remember, say, a Godsmack concert. As much as I love Godsmack, their concerts are not anywhere near as sort of intimate and familiar as what's going on right here. Somebody got themselves a little hug in there at the end. So great band, whether they're Bubba Flex or the Lonely Ones. These guys have got awesome skill, great songwriting, great playing. The vocalist, he knows how to not only lead a band but lead a crowd, and to turn everybody up. That's basically like his job. He's got so many different jobs as a frontman, not only leading the band and delivering the lyrics, but, you know, getting that crowd pumped up. Sometimes the drummer gets in there and pumps up the crowd. Sometimes the guitarist might pump up, you know, sometimes they'll play around a little bit, but really the lead singer, it's his job the whole time to keep that crowd interested and engaged. And he does a great job of it. He's got that skill, that front man, that stage presence skill that you don't always see, especially with smaller, more independent bands. It really depends. Sometimes you can see it, and sometimes they're faking it, and other times it's just not there. And he's really got it. They're all excellent at what they do. So go to the Lonely Ones channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment after you subscribe here. Check out their other stuff. They've got a new song coming, or they've got a new song out. It came out Friday. It's available on all their streaming services. They just haven't done a video yet released to YouTube, but as soon as they release that video, I will be bringing that to you. So I'm looking forward to that. And this is the first of a 2-part or a double feature Indie Spotlight tonight. So I'm going to take a few minute break, go get another beer, do a couple things, and I will see you guys in a little bit for a second episode of Indie Spotlight. It was great to see you. I'll see you guys again soon. Much love.